sharing the gospel. And I was doing that until I entered the university. So it was that on this very day, I was to give a lecture in University of Port Harcourt in Nigeria. University of Port Harcourt is a federal government university in the state where I live, and that is my native state. So that day I was to give a lecture to a joint Christian campus conference. And I was to address them by 6 p.m. that day. So on that day, I decided to have reps from all schedules so that a few hours I would drive down with my ministerial team. So after having rest until about noon, I went to take my shower. While coming out from the bathroom into my bedroom, I had a voice that said, "My son, today you are needed in the kingdom of heaven." Immediately I heard that voice, I felt a sensation of overwhelming power that made me immediately drowsy. Immediately, I started feeling sleepy. So I hurried and wore my trousers. I couldn't control myself. I lay on the bed. And as I lay on the bed, I found myself going into a sort of deep sleep. The next thing I saw were two big angels. They came by my bedside and stood by me. And one on the right said to me, "You are needed in the kingdom of heaven. The Lord has sent us to bring you home." That was it. At that time, I had become cut off to this side of the earth. I was more nearer to the other side. I could not take any physical cognizance of any activity this side. But something happened. There was a Christian song playing in my room. About the same time, a woman in the next flat said to me, "Please turn the cassette. I'm enjoying it." So when she talked to me, there was no response. She called my name, no response. She wondered what has happened, why I wasn't responding. So she came to my door and knocked, no response. Then she opened the door and saw me in a dying state. She came and touched me, no response. So she raised alarm to the community that I was dying. That was how a lot of people gathered, and a lot of Christian preachers in the community, they gathered. They began to pray for me to be resuscitated. About that time, they said that when all those ministers gathered and began to pray, I made some statements which are written down as my last words. And according to them, they said they immediately slaughtered the tape, being some of the tapes we were going to use in the conference in the evening in University of Port Harcourt. And they recorded my last words. They said in that last words, they said I uttered and said that nobody should take my body to the mortuary, and that nobody should take my body to any place. They should leave my body there until my pastors come. And they said that I also said that nobody who is not a believer should touch my body. So they said because of this statement, the pastoral team decided not to take my body to the mortuary. So they kept me there for 3 days, even after I had passed out. That is the least I know. Now, journey to the heavenlies, how I found myself in heaven. When the 2 angels that I saw by my bedside, the one on the right said to me, "You are needed in the kingdom of heaven. We have come to take you home." Immediately they said so. The one on the right did his hand like this to me. I was lying on the bed. Immediately he did his hand like that. I saw myself coming out from my body and joining them, and we became 3. And I saw my body. I saw myself. I couldn't understand what was going on. It was that day I knew that the real us is different from this physicality that we carry. The real us is different from this body that we wear. This body is just like a garment that we can put off anytime. It isn't the real us. The real us is the spirit and the soul intertwined together, clothed with the body. The body will be separated, and the spirit and the soul, who is the real us, will go to its maker. I saw it. And immediately, I began the journey to the other world. The other world, where every dead spirit arrives before their eternal destination. The moment a person dies, you drop out of your body. You arrive to the spiritual world. That spiritual world is an empty vacuum. You only see the sky and the earth where you are marching. You will not see any structure. It's the first point of arrival for every soul that departs from the flesh. So when I arrived there, at that time, the angels did hand to me to rise up. And as I rose and joined them, I didn't see them again. They left. The next thing I saw myself standing in that world of vacuum. Immediately I saw myself there. There was no signboard. There is no direction. It's an empty space. And I said, "Where is this?" Immediately, I had a melody up, like a gospel song, a mysterious melody, touching the spirit and touching the soul. So I looked up. As I looked up, I saw a small window, a 4-corner window, open. That is the day I saw that heaven has a window. So that window opened, and I saw something rolling down from the heavens, running down towards that place I was standing. So I was just watching, and that thing rolled down and unfolded. It was just like a track road made of gold and folded together.